Previously on Eden.
Oh, there she is! Oh, she's so cute! Maid! Yes! Because we needed more!
And our story continues.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, JAC, the one-man band, is back again, playing some more of Eden. Now, in this episode, the voices aren't muted, I just turned them down so they aren't as loud as, say, the sound effects and the music. So, let's get started. When we last left off, we were meeting a bunch of new people. Oh, okay. I didn't... Stupid mouse pad, super sensitive. As he brushed the stubble beneath his chin, he thought to himself, he's grown quite a bit. Oh, stop it! Stop being weird. And I forget I have to press the enter key instead of the space bar! That was only natural. What, for me to grow up? After all, Inaba had last met Ryo Hirana roughly 7 years ago. You can safely say that Ryo was still young at the time. In fact, one could say that he was young even now. Well, how young even is he? What, in the last episode he said it was like 25, I think? Was that his age? However, those eyes of his, they were no longer the eyes of a young man, but of a soldier who had survived numerous battles. Well, when you go into the Special Forces, that's what happens. Inaba lazily tapped the laptop at his desk. I can tap. I'm looking up. I'm looking up here. Let's see. Blood type A positive. He was reading through the data of Ryo Haruna that had been forwarded to him from headquarters. Warrant Officer Ryo Haruna, birthplace Japan. That goes without saying. He enlisted in the United Army 7 years ago and fought against the Southern Union, which had declined an alliance with the unified government. Now, Southern Union, is that like the Southern Hemisphere, or are we just talking about like a certain continent who was Southern? Is this the American Civil War, only on the world? Though exceedingly underage, when he enlisted, he became an expert marksman and was later designated as a sniper. Oh yeah, my boy, sniper boy. Me and him, we be friends. We be sniper boys. For 3 years, he fought in various skirmishes and received multiple commendations for his performance, but no medals. No medals. He was given the rank of corporal around the time the war with the Southern Union ended, and left his unit to return to his home country. He only went up in rank once? I mean, because he probably went in as, like, private. But then he only became a corporal? Jeez. With the decline in the Army's 10th Special Forces Unit, which specialized in anti-terrorism, he enlisted in the newly established Unit 13, which went by the alias GAT. So he went from the 10th to the 13th. That's a whole 3 advancement! As a member of the entry team, he was able to achieve many accolades, primarily for the role of eliminating anti-government guerrilla forces. Among GAT's accomplishments was the neutralization of the greatest threat of the guerrilla forces, the anti-immigration organization, the Dawn Stars. He was also instrumental in the elimination of the serial bomber Kizu, rescued the abducted daughter of the vice president of the Ministry of Domestic Affairs, and secured Diet member Hausen Teru, ringleader of the Section 7 incident. Well, is there anything he hasn't done? I'll tell you what he hasn't done. He hasn't fought and caught the Joker, so he ain't no Batman. He volunteered for all the bloodiest battles of recent years and was accepted into the Special Forces. Exempt the elevation thanks to his achievements. Terrific. He had checked the data many times before, but it was a career that gave him chills every time he read it. Ryu Haruna had probably handled many assignments not kept in the official records since signing in the Special Forces. We call them Black Ops! And not the stupid Call of Duty game. He appeared to be a normal young man, yet there was no doubt that Ryo was a capable soldier. More than capable, I'd say, even with his how unorganized the military was at present. Advancing the from private to warrant officer in such a scant years was unprecedented. But somebody opened the door. Holy crap! Is he like leaning back, or did he just like gain like 100 pounds in just bulk? I Hulk smash Inaba angry. What in the world have you seen with those eyes, Ryo Haruna? He's seen everything! Inaba sighed. The one who dragged Ryo into the military 7 years ago was none other than Inaba. Of course, Ryo had decided to enlist on his own. Inaba just so happened to help push his paperwork through. Are you satisfied with this now, Inaba? Are you? Is he? I don't know. Ryo did not meet the age requirements, so Inaba fabricated his documents and arranged for him to be assigned under the commander he knew to be capable. That was all. But that decision stained the once pure young man's hands in blood. That solitary fact that was enough to ensure Inaba a place in hell. What, just because you helped somebody join the army? That's why you go into hell? I think that there's much worse crimes you can do that will get you into hell. But, you know, whatever helps you sleep at night. Well, it doesn't matter if I pile on another sin or two now. Inaba smiled bitterly and reached for the whiskey bottle under his desk. Because whiskey makes everything better! Oh wait, so whiskey, not sake. Ah, you've come out. Yeah, sure. Cause that statement can't be taken the wrong way. I heard a lively voice as I left the office. How you doing with your music? Then I turned around. The maid girl was jogging toward me from the other side of the hall with a light pitter-patter. Wow, if you can jog with a light pitter-patter. It looks like my timing is perfect. Certainly lucky if I do say so myself. Now I think that the music's a bit too loud for the speech. Don't you have some work to do? Yes, I finished and came back. I forgot to tell you something important. What is it? Something important? It better be something good. Yes, I may be a bit clumsy, but I handle a majority of things quite well. I just tend to forget the most important things. Ditzy and clumsy maid, but still somehow is able to be the best maid there. That's a trope. That's a stereotype. That must be difficult for you. It was inconsequential to me, though. So, what is the most important thing? My name is Elica. Okay. Huh? I forgot to introduce myself. Aren't I just horribly forgetful? That's what it was? That's what was so important? But your name appears at the bottom of the screen, dear, whenever you talk. I already knew since Lavi had said her name before. It is very important to introduce yourself. It's the first step to good communication. Names aren't really worth worrying about, for that matter. Maids aren't worth worrying about either. Oh, well, aren't we just the heartless bastard? But that face! That face! How can you say that? How cruel! She shouted and, torted about. I have lost my self-confidence. I can no longer go on as a maid. It's nothing to get depressed over. Aren't we just a bundle of sunshine? Maybe I will become an angel in white starting tomorrow. Well, I guess you go for something big. so anything goes. Maybe she was really just a girl wearing a maid's uniform. There's nothing wrong with that. That was just a joke. Harsh. Well, I think we were harsh first. On that note, your big sister would be quite pleased if you would tell her your own name. Haruna. Warrant Officer, Rio Haruna. Why do I have to call you big sister? Calling her my big sister caught me off guard. Caught me off guard. I was like, what? Was it because of her overly cheerful expression? It was hard to say her true age for sure, but she didn't look any older than me. Yeah, that's the problem with anime stuff. Can't tell their age. Rio Haruna then. Rio then. Wait, aren't you being a little too friendly with someone you just met? I'm a maid, silly. I'm friendly with everyone. Does that trouble you? Trouble? Not particularly. A civilian girl shouldn't have to address me by rank, and it wouldn't be a strange way to refer to me if she did happen to be older. It did, but it wouldn't, but her intuition was just weird. Okay, then Rio should be fine. She stared me down with a smile. So then, Rio, where are you headed now? Well, I have nothing more to do today, so I guess I return to my room and rest. Yeah, that was gonna be my statement. Yeah, I just want to go in my room, please. Do you know where your room is? No. It may have been written in the data the major gave me, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't read that without loading it up on a computer somewhere. A computer that would be in my room, which I can't find unless I read the data. Then I will take you there. It is alright. It is alright, I know where it is. Okay, then I'll follow you, Miss Maid. She smiled sweetly and began to walk. Hey, you. Call me Alicia. I don't mind if you address me informally. Alyssa, then. Are you really a maid? I mean, just be honest, come on. Yes, I am a maid, just as you see. Do you not like maids? Buff! Well, if you're talking to me, I mean, I'm not partial to maids, but this guy, I don't know about him. Not particularly. And you consider yes! And you call yourself a man, you don't like maids. What is wrong with this guy? Why does she suddenly snap? Why did she suddenly snap? You are being awfully discourteous to such a kind, beautiful maid. That will not do, Rio. Yeah, you need to clean up your act, boy. Don't call yourself a beauty. Well, that was uncalled for, I believe. Unbelievable. Can it be you are displeased because my skirt is so long? No, I didn't say none of that. She did. She brought it up. So if she comes back with a mini skirt, she can only blame herself. That wasn't the issue. Let's set that aside. About how many maids like you and other non-military personnel are there here? Let me see. I'm the only maid, but there are about 20 kitchen and cleaning crew on staff. I suppose there are about 20 researchers as well. I heard that there were 120 soldiers, is that right? Well, that is true on paper. I think the actual number fluctuates a bit. I see. What do you mean by fluctuate? This house? No, it is a research facility. It was a bigger structure than I pictured, but that is still far too many people. Well, there's probably underground, like Disneyland. If this place had 2 platoons or 30 infantry, it would have been more than enough. The military was short-handed everywhere nowadays, while this place was downright opulent. What the Major had said at the very end did not appear to be a joke. My room! It looks so nice! I mean, I got all I need. I got a window and a bed, a trash can, and a computer. That's all I need. Beyond the door, contrary to my expectations, was a charmless, simple room. I find it quite charmful. You must have been thinking, what a normal room. That was completely different from the entryway and the major's office. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I wanna... How do I just want to activate the... fine. I'll do it later. I wanted to try to activate it so I can mess with the volume settings, but I'll do that later. This East Wing was built as an addition to the garrison soldiers. The exterior and corridors match the design in the main building, but it seems that doesn't extend that luxury when it came to the rooms themselves. I see. So I get skimped out. It was minimally furnished and couldn't be called spacious, but it was just a room to sleep in, so I had no complaints. This is a private room? Seems to be. This room is typically for officers. Well, I'd hate to see the unlisted men's rooms if this is for officers. There was no others available. The major said you should use it since there wasn't much difference between a second lieutenant and a warrant officer. Just how sloppy is he? Needless to say, warrant officers and second lieutenants were completely different. I don't know the exact ranking, but I still think warrant officers were still an enlisted man, whereas a lieutenant is an officer. And if you don't understand what I'm saying whatsoever, just look up military ranks on the internet. Because I would be here for like literally half an hour trying to explain it all to you. A non-commissioned officer was normally... Oh, okay. Would normally have to enroll in officer training school and break through many obstacles before becoming an officer. Well, a private room was more comfortable. So I was thankful. She suddenly made a mysterious face and peered into my eyes. You seem to be acquainted with Major Inaba in some way. Somewhat. We last met quite a long time ago. He didn't look like a soldier in the slightest back then, and he hasn't really changed. He's a strange man. I carelessly throw the bag I had been carrying on the floor. That is no good. So violent. What are you talking about? I'm a soldier! Violence is in my blood! I love blood and murder! There's nothing breakable in it. How about the Major? Yes? No, it's nothing. It'll probably come up later in the plot. Why had the Major requested me? I was grateful to be pulled away from my job as a teaching assistant at the academy after the unit dissolved. It didn't suit me at all. But I did not understand why he would have me assigned as a guard at a remote research facility. Maybe it's probably because the plot demanded it. No, maybe I should say I used to not understand. In my humble opinion, you are quite unusual yourself. I have seen many soldiers, but compared to the others, you're something else entirely. Well, maybe I'm just better than they are. Didn't we just meet today? What could she have known about me just then? Come now, you mustn't speak that way to your elders. But what elders? How old really are you? Are you really older than me? I assure you, there is no doubt. Well, why don't you tell me your age then? I know I'm never supposed to ask a woman's age, but you know what? I'm just too darn curious now. Well, they say you can't judge a woman's age by her appearance. That is totally true! Anyway, you helped me out a lot today. Thank you. You do not need to thank me. I only did what I felt like doing. I have always been a bit too much of a busybody. A very maid-like personality. Yes. She congenially showed me a soft smile. If anything else should arise, you may summon me anytime. No, I don't think there will be anything else. You are supposed to say, I hope we will get along in the future. Something, even if it is a lie. You know what? The more I spend time with her, the more I am liking this Maid. She is so funny. The way she can bounce between being utterly serious and just like a bubbly maid or whatever reminds me so much of Holo from Spice and Wolf. I love that. I just love it. If I was unusual, if I was this maid had to be as well. Everyone in this force and training academy had been afraid of me and wouldn't get anywhere near me. Wait, what does that mean? Why are we fading to white? You leaving me? Elica gracefully bowed to two soldiers who had just come from a meeting as she walked through the halls. Okay, so she left us. I guess we're following her now. The soldiers passed her with relaxed expressions. Ryo Haruno was somewhat different than these men, she thought. It's like every time we're done with an actual, like, scene, if you will, it goes to the other character that was in that scene, opposite of Ryu, and then it, like, gives their interpretations. That's actually really freaking cool. He was a young man with a bizarre ambience. He seemed unsociable, but replied honestly when spoken to. He did not really seem like a soldier. But those eyes! Those eyes! That glint in his eyes was not something those who lived an ordinary life would possess. He may have gotten such a terrible, unbalanced impression of him due to the fact that his eyes were so out of the ordinary. Is he completely different from what I heard? Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Perhaps one day he will appear before you. What is that supposed to mean? Elica remembered the words she had been told. She never once imagined he would actually come to this research facility. Furthermore, that he would be the owner of such dreadful eyes. This was a man who may have lived through unspeakable scenes of carnage. Elica had seen many soldiers before. She understood just how different Ryo Haruno was. She let out a gentle sigh. The fact that a monster like him had been summoned must have meant that the time had come. What time is that? And I wouldn't call us a monster, but whatever. It has begun, Shion. Ooh, once again, Shion is mentioned. Ooh, ooh. And there we are, just sitting there, brooding in our undershirt. But I think right here, I will end the episode. This game, I am enjoying it so well, and I'm going to be messing with the audio volumes a little bit more. But once again, let me know what you guys would like the volume to be. Do you want more music and sound effects? Do you want no voice at all? Do you want some voice? All that kind of stuff. So, I'm enjoying this game very, very much, and I hope you guys are as well. So be sure to like and favorite if you've enjoyed, subscribe, of course. I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward, and I strive to entertain you in more ways than one. So I'll see you next time. Yeah!